The sense I get is SOAR has really grown pretty quickly over the last couple of years because it's very relevant. Everybody can relate to something about people with disabilities.
Americans with disabilities are 20% of our population in America. And largely, as far as a diversity segment goes, it kind of fall off the radar for corporations. And so within Sodexo and SOAR, we are embracing people with disabilities, and what that gives to us is greater productivity, a more inclusive environment, and a more diverse workforce. And what that allows us to do is bring in people who have a different perspective and approach and help us build better workplace practices and generate better ideas.
Disability awareness, it's really sort of sensitivity training, making sure that people get over any kind of just fears that they may have or prejudices that are just still pervasive in society. So disability awareness just helps everybody kind of appreciate where their own kind of issues may be and deal with them so that they can come to the table and approach people with disabilities without any kind of baggage.
It's 6 modules, and it portrays different individuals with a different disability, and it really focuses on how does a manager interact with those individuals in an appropriate fashion, and trying to break down some of the myths and some of the stereotypes and say, okay, what's the person's abilities as opposed to what their disability is, and really look at it from that angle. And that's what that training series did. The other major thing we tried to do is really focus on people first language,
which is something that's very short and simple, but is a real basic, important need for everybody to understand just the language so that they don't kind of unintentionally offend anybody. So there's been a lot of training about people first language.
When you have individuals who can produce anywhere from maybe 8 to 20 hours of their work in front of a laptop or in front of any computer screen, remote location of doing business is becoming more commonplace. And I think that really ties into an individual with a disability who's sitting there making sure that technology is available to them. If they're hearing impaired, if they're visually impaired, what are you doing to make sure that those tools are available to those individuals?
Making sure that you treat people with disabilities correctly is not just a workplace issue. I mean, there are things that come up at whether it's a restaurant or you're traveling or in your personal family life, and these are just fundamental kind of interpersonal skills. And so the fact that SOAR can help push training around that and disability awareness around the workplace is great because it's important to Sodexo, but it doesn't just mean it's relevant only in the workplace. It's relevant in your life.